Welcome to the big show. On a Thursday, we're doing a free show Friday. Do not forget, tomorrow, free show. The number 833-599-NICK, 833-599-6425. Doing it live, as always.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live.
I'm gonna, Bill.
I want all of you to enjoy your cake. So, enjoy.
You know you one crazy motherfucking wop, man.
Hey, watch your mouth, bitch.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
How are you, folks? Real quick, dates. And I do this because the shows are filling up. So it's working. Friday and Saturday, February 8th and 9th, the Black Box, Boca Raton, Florida. Saturday, February 23rd, Cohoes Hall, Cohoes, New York. I'll be shooting a 1-hour special. Originally, that was March 9th. We moved it up because I couldn't wait. We'll have the ticket link as soon as possible. Friday, March 8th, Wood Theater, Glens Falls, New York. Friday, April 26th, Steel Stacks, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Friday, May 34th, Jonathan's at Gunkwit, Maine. Saturday, June 1, Whites of Westport, Mass. Saturday, August 10th, Newtown Theater, Newtown, Pennsylvania. Saturday, October 19th, the Ridgefield Playhouse, Ridgefield, Connecticut. NickDip.com for all your ticket and tour information, and buy something while you're there. Tell your friends about it. Tell them to sign up. Happy birthday to me. 57 goddamn years old, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I still do auditions with people in their late teens, believe it or not, so these people are retarded, but, you know. Also, you know whose birthday today, famous people? Jackie Robinson would have been 100 years old today. Jackie Robinson would have been 100. Martha McCallum, happy birthday. I dated her for a while. Nobody knows. Who the hell? Craig Carton of Boomer and Carton, who I think he's in jail still. But happy birthday, Craig. I hope you get a good lawyer and something is worked out. Justin Timberlake also. Dated him for a few weeks. His birthday also. And thank you guys. I get a lot of well wishes on YouTube, etc., social media. And I appreciate it very, very much. What's going on in the world? Democratic Virginia Governor Ralph Northam is facing backlash for comments that critics say suggest babies can be killed. That's right. Babies can be killed after birth.
Don't you move, you motherfucker. I'll blow your brains out.
A controversial abortion bill that one sponsor said could allow women to terminate a pregnancy up until the moment before birth. That's a little fucking late. I don't have a dog in this fight, but come on. Those... Oh, it's over. You can go. Virginia Democrat Kathy Tran, one of the sponsors, sparked outrage from conservatives when she was asked at a hearing if a woman about to give birth and dilating, you know what that is. You've sat on the toilet and pushed. Oh, gross. Could still request an abortion. Here is Miss Tran making this statement.
Where it's obvious that a woman is about to give birth. She has physical signs of that she is about to give a birth. Would that still be a point at which she could request an abortion if she was so certified?
Answer the question, tranny.
She's dilating.
Mr. Chairman, that
Answer
would be
the question.
a decision that the doctor, the physician, and the woman would make
I understand
at
that. I'm asking
point.
if your bill allows that.
Yeah.
My bill would allow that, yes.
Whoa! It would?
In ancient times.
Northam's a former pediatric neurologist. That's the governor of Virginia, which is a fucking deep blue state, seems like now. Said the third trimester abortions are done with consent of obviously the mother. Really? He didn't call up and ask about the the cousin, with consent of the physician, multiple physicians, by the way. And it's done in cases where there may be severe deformities or there may be a fetus that is not viable. Here's Mike. I actually had a bit on this because Obama passed something saying the same thing, that you could abort a fetus. A fetus is how he worded it, that survived an abortion. And I had a bit about that. That's like us waiting at the food court at JFK Airport when our veterans get off the plane from Iraq and start shooting at them again. You want more abortion jokes? Okay, fine. You're gonna kill a baby once it's outside the womb. It's not a fetus anymore. It's an actual person. And I'm not a pro-life nut, so don't take me wrong. But I'm just saying, why don't you wait a few more weeks? You could poison the kids' Halloween candy. Do you know that the UN, the United States, we fund abortions in Mexico through the UN? And I got some conservative friends that get upset at that. I said, why? It's way more effective than a wall. Good point. Would you rather chase gangbangers, through the desert at midnight, or stick a dirt vac between a Motel 6 maid's legs? I mean, you choose. So, I think this is horrible. I look again. I'm not pro-life because, like I said, I got a dad dying of Alzheimer's. I don't want to see him suffer. If I could put him out of his misery, I would. And I know that's what he wants. So I'd be a hypocrite. And when I was younger, I was glad there were Planned Parenthoods or whatever they called them back then. I think they were called Arby's, that I could bring girls to, and you could get a fish sandwich and take care of the whole thing. It was an unhappy meal. You ever see that? It's tremendous. But I'm just saying. So I'm not like a pro-life nut. But this is ridiculous. And people say, well, what if the baby's deformed? But you know that already. When Roe versus Wade was passed back in the 70s, okay, we didn't have all the technology we have today medically. Now we have sonograms, amniocentesis, things that will detect problems in the fetus very early on. So don't use that as an excuse. And nobody's going to overturn Roe versus fucking Wade, okay? It's not going to happen. Hearing that since I was 18 years old. But to, really, once the kid is born, and the pediatrician / governor, which is a creepy combination, this is what he says. The infant will be delivered. The infant will be kept comfortable. Kept comfortable. That's what happens when you get whacked by the mafia. They make you very comfortable. You're sitting there, hey, Billy, have another shot. What are you going to have, one of the Gambinos show up with a tire iron and take it to the kid's skull? Oh, we keep the baby comfortable till we kill it. For the love of Christ, Ryan. I mean, honestly, your party is out of control. What the hell else? This is morally repugnant. Ben Sass said from Nebraska. He hates Trump. He's a Republican. In just a few years, pro-abortion zealots went from safe, legal, and rare to keep the newborns comfortable while the doctor debates infanticide. I don't care what party you're from. If you can't say that it's wrong to leave babies to die after birth, get the hell out of public office, he says. That's what Ben says. And you know what? I think he's right on.
Correct, sir.
Jim DeMint weighed in, former senator. He also called Northam's remarks evil. Virginia Governor Northam is no moderate. This is one of the most vile, radical pro-abortion positions ever put forward. This is evil. He should resign. The dirty son of a bitch, Nick DiPaolo added to the quote. Oh. And then you got Cuomo. Of course, Cuomo, fucking. By the way, don't kill a baby seal or don't kill a little pollywog. To run an oil pipeline or something. That would be, but by all means, take a 9-month-old fetus and shoot it in the back of the head. Cuomo last week directed the One World Trade Center and other landmarks to be lit in pink. Do you see what we put up with here in New York? I cannot wait to get the fuck out of here. To celebrate the passage of Reproductive Health Act. Under that legislation, non-doctors, that means you could bring it down a Midas muffler or to your local butcher, allowed to conduct abortions, and the procedure could be done until the mother's due date if the woman's health is endangered or if the fetus is not viable. My aching stem. I'm not pro-life. I'm not against abort, but let's stop with it's a woman's right to choose. Fucking broads, feminists, psychotics. Once again, it's all about them. You can't tell me, you're a guy, you can't tell me what to, we're not telling you. It's not about you, you selfish bitch. I was going to get coffee about a month ago. I put on the radio, AM radio. I'm listening to a talk show. They're talking about abortion. And they said almost 60 million abortions have been performed since Roe versus Wade was passed. And I was thinking, that is way too much. That is horrible. And then I had a change of heart. When I went into Dunkin' Donuts, it was nobody in line in front of me. So I'm just... I'm just saying, guys, write this one down because this is a rant that we're... I'm just saying, I'm not saying kill a baby so my donuts will still be fresh, but, you know, I'm not that selfish, but that's a little much, isn't it? The fucking woman's dilating. Why don't you just kick her? Push her down the goddamn stairs at the clinic. There's so many ways. Have Mike Tyson hit her with a body shot. But if that happened, then the little Kittner kid would spill out all over the dock. Even Jason cringed on that one. The fetus on the steps. I hit it with a good left hook and then a right one. It was horrible, but I did it. I felt like I was doing her a favor. So let's slow down. The abortion was never meant to be a form of contraceptive. I really don't believe that. You know, that's a little ridiculous. You got to stop with that. But that's what it's become. And you know how you know that? You're going to a CVS and they have the condoms hanging on coat hangers. So, so we're living in a dark time here. They are fucking. They're just they're soulless, no moral compass, and again, not about telling a woman what to do. Even if it was, quit spreading your legs for every fucking hip hop artist or. You know, how about that? How about put some responsibility on the woman? And then this whole line of you can't have a say in it because you're a man. You wouldn't have a baby in you without a man unless you used a turkey baster and you're that fucking ugly, which a lot of times is the truth. That's all I have to say about that. When I was the president, I was glad that there was abortions left and right. I remember flushing a fetus down the toilet. In the Oval Office. Trump had to weigh in on it. Trump says calling it terrible. Ooh, that's strong language, Mr. Trump. And promising it would lift up the whole pro-life movement like maybe it's never been lifted up before. That's what he said.
I am your voice.
He's talking to the fetuses there. Is he not? I think he is. But he's right. If there's ever going to be a boon as far as... And by the way, all polls right now are saying the Dems are wrong in this one. For the last few years, there's been a trend towards less abortions. Almost every poll taken. And this is not going to help. The kid's head shows and you fucking stab it? I mean, for the love of Jesus. Excuse me. He says, I thought it was terrible. Of trans statements. Do you remember when I said during the 2016 presidential debate, Hillary Clinton was willing to rip the baby out of the womb? That's what it is. That's what they're doing. It's terrible. He did say that, didn't he? I just picture Hillary going, just fucking reaching up in there. God damn it, I'm a feminist. Kids got it by the feet and fucking, my God. Too bad Hillary's mother didn't think twice. What? Oh, for the love of Jesus. Hey, did you see this? This was creepy. And this was online, and I brought attention to years ago. I went to some movie. It might have been Wag the Dog, one of those movies, but they actually had like a celebrity, but you could tell it was CGI'd. It wasn't that great back then. And I saw shit years ago on TV and other movies where you have like they do it in porn. They put a celebrity's head on a porn's body, which is awesome. You can see Jennifer Aniston getting fucking banged by 7 black guys. You know, who doesn't want to see that? I don't. But I remember saying this is creepy because the government will use this against us. Even now, the last 5 years when I watch the news, I go, "Is that really Chuck Scarborough? Is somebody lying to me?" I can't. But anyways, the nation grapples concerns over the inaccurate and deceptive information online. Deep fake videos in which an individual's face is superimposed onto another continue to advance at a quickening pace. I don't doubt that they're already using this. I definitely know the slimy Chinese, the sneaky Chinese, and the Russians are doing this. The new ones, because the technology is getting so good, and you don't have to be an expert at it, the new deep fake videos are downright horrifying. All right, shut it. I said shut it. The technology, which relies on machine learning and artificial intelligence, was once largely relegated to researchers at prestigious universities, but over the past few years, you have people doing it at DeVry, in their basements, in their attics. A growing online community has democratized the practice, bringing powerful and easy-to-use tools to the masses. And I'm not talking like fucking Sears Craftsman hammers and tape measures. One of the public's first introductions to deepfake came in late 2017. A Reddit group devoted to placing the faces of prominent female actresses, somebody's doing God's work, onto those porn stars gained attention. You can request. I put Esther Roll. She played the mother in Good Times. I wanted her head on a white woman's body. That was my fantasy. The quality of deepfakes are based on several factors, but rely heavily on practice, time, and the source material they derive from. Initially, deepfakes were more shocking than convincing, but readily available programs and tutorials continue to lower the bar for new creators. One such video posted by Reddit user Villain Guy early this month has highlighted how far the technology has come. That video, which combines actor Steve Buscemi, who I love, worked with him on Horace and Pete, with actress Jennifer Lawrence, dumb liberal hoe from Philly, at the 2016 Golden Globe Awards, is turning heads. Not because anyone believes it's real, but because of the video's implications. Check this out and how creepy this is. A deepfake video where they put Buscemi's face on Jennifer Lawrence.
I expected Amy to win, so I just like it was just this was very truly surprising.
Pause. This is Wayne Gretzky in gender reassignment. He's in the middle of transitioning. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just really surprised.
What an ugly...
Hi. Here. Sheridan Watson from BuzzFeed right here.
Hi.
So you're a huge Bravo fan.
Oh,
Who
yes.
is your favorite and least favorite housewife of all cities?
Pause. It's got Steve Ducey's hair. Or Peter Ducey. Any of the Duceys from Fox News. Go ahead.
My favorite is probably Lisa Vanderpump.
Me too. Vanderpump, I love her.
My least
What the fuck is she
favorite.
talking about?
I don't want to have to say. I mean, I don't want to have to say because who knows when you're going to run into these people, you know?
Wow, a lot of balls.
Jennifer, over here to your right.
Nice
I
teeth.
hope I don't.
Steve.
I hope I'm never in that like situation where I'm like, all the housewives are here. Anyway, actually, I take that back. I do want to be in that situation.
Do you?
Jennifer, over here
Yes,
to your
Sam
right.
Smith. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I have a follow-up about Amy Schumer. You guys said you were going to dress as twins this evening, and I'm
Yeah,
wondering
but then
why
I
you didn't.
blew it. I blew it by talking about it because then if we did it, it would have been expected, you know. So we just wore our own thing.
That's all you blew.
But I hope you were still satisfied by our presentation.
That's a
Seems
beautiful...
like you weren't.
She's wearing vaginal mesh for a necklace. Give her a round of applause for the red tank top. Look at that creepy, and there's a million broads that are way scarier than that. But what I'm saying is, if you don't think, and if they haven't already, it's right around the corner. You're going to be watching Chuck Todd or Meet the Press or even Fox. And the big fear with this from some people who know better say that they'll be legitimate. You'll see Trump in a legitimate speech, and the people are going to go, that's fake. Now where are we? Now legitimate shit is going to be questioned. Like we're already not divided enough. The quality of deepfakes, one such... Okay, where's the guy that... Bill and Guy indicates that the mashup was created just weeks after watching a tutorial on YouTube. Upon downloading a free tool known as Ryan Pahoda... What? A free tool known as Deepface Lab, Villain Guy proceeded to grab high-quality media content of Buscemi with the aid of a high-end graphics card and processor on his computer. Jennifer Lawrence Buscemi was born. The video's viral spread online like, again, a germ in Ryan's ass. On Tuesday comes as the numerous U.S. lawmakers sound the alarm over the potential of deepfakes to disrupt the 2020 election. A report from CNN indicates the Department of Defense has become commissioning researchers to find ways to detect when a video has been altered. Last year, Adam Schiff, pencil neck geek who deserves to be stabbed in the kidneys with a spork, and other members of the House of Representatives wrote a letter to Director of National Intelligence Danny Coates to raise concerns over the possible use of technology by foreign actors. That's their biggest worry right away. Because, again, their mind goes right to winning in elections and power. What if the Republicans get a hold of this and fool our dumb so-called informed voters in our party? You know, the ones that are in the country for 8 minutes. They're not even citizens. They're in prison, third-grade educations. The people that the Dems rely on. As deepfake technology becomes more advanced and more accessible, it could pose a threat to the U.S. state public discourse and national security with broad and concerning implications for offensive active measures, campaigns targeting the U.S., blah, blah, blah. Researchers have already developed some methods of detecting deepfakes. One technique is to have any Asian kid in his teens look at it once. That was the stereotype, but it was a positive one, bitches. One technique is which to have a 95% success rate. Listen to this in catching altered videos. Relies on analyzing how often individuals in a video blink. Healthy adult humans blink somewhere between every 2 and 10 seconds. Unless they're at my show, then it's fucking, every second. They're sleeping. And a single blink takes between 1/10 and 4/10 of a second. That's what would be normal to see in a video of a person talking, but it's not what happens in many deepfake videos. Tom Ridd, professor of strategic studies at Johns Hopkins, remarked on Twitter this month that fake news and conspiracy theories already thrive based on far less than altered videos. This is the point I was making. Ridd argues, however, that deepfakes could lead some to deny legitimate information based on entirely on the fact that such technology exists. So in other words, we could be watching Pelosi and some far-right wing is going to go, that's not her. That's Shemp Howard's body. You can... But those tits. So that's a legitimate point, you know.
Can you stay categorical? You are fake news. Sir.
Fake videos could potentially cause much more damage to individuals. If a similar altered video is used to blackmail a vulnerable person, it's likely no credible fact checkers will be there to put out the fire. The practice of targeting ordinary women with fabricated videos has already begun. In one such example, a woman in her 40s told the Washington Post that just last year, someone had used photos from her social media accounts to create and spread a fake sexual video of her online. And you know her ex-boyfriend was yanking it to that bugger. It's a round of applause for Nick DiPaolo. Thank you very much, everybody. Try the veal. Good night. Yes, I feel violated. She said, this is icky, kind of violation. Those unwilling to take time to learn how to develop their own deepfakes can simply pay to have it done for them. I got the twinks on it right now. I want the twinks to put my wife's head on J.J. Watt's body. What? A now banned community on Reddit known as r/deepfake service was found to be selling such content in early 2018 to anyone willing to provide at least 2 minutes of source video. I kind of want to do this. I want to send in some shit. This is taking, this is fucking crazy. You know, porn guys have to be mixing, matching. It's like, it's an adult game of Mr. Potato Head. You're slapping. You take like, who's really fucking, you take like Whoopi Goldberg, put her head on Holly Berry's body just to fucking freak people out or vice versa. You know? It could be a lot of fun. I think that Bradley's, the people that do Monopoly should get into this, make a home version of deep fakes. So when you're watching TV from now on, you don't know who you're watching. You really don't, do you? Chris in Canada wants to talk about the abortion issue since his president is an abortion. Chris, what's up?
Hey, Nick, how are you this evening?
Very good.
Yeah, I just want to let you know you're correct about our prime minister here. I mean, they're so pro-abortion up here, especially our liberals, who Trudeau is the head of the party, that you can't even join the party if you actually state that you're pro-life. You cannot be a member of his party. He has stated that as clear facts, so that's how far left they've gone. They're out of their mind.
Yeah.
And also, I'm thinking of your abortion issue with them being able to abort after the child's been viably born.
Yeah.
So at what point is the cutoff now? It used to be the first trimester, the second trimester. Now it's like the child could be born and we still can abort it. So I could walk into a natal ward now and the child's only 5 minutes long. I could just break its neck and say, well, technically, hey, what?
Well, you don't have to break its neck. You could just you could fill the little tankies in with helium or something. But yeah, no, you make a great point. What's the cutoff? I say senior in high school. Wait till they see if the kid's really fucking annoying.
But you're probably right. That'll be it. Like they're just gonna keep progressing it further and further. I mean, if we can kill a child that's already outside the womb and fully viable, at what point do you say it's a human being, or is it no longer a human being? It's just if no one wants it, throw it away.
Yeah, I agree. Look, the only reason I'm pro-choice is I fly 30 weeks a year, and I say you have a right to kill one in seat 14C. That won't shut the fuck up behind me. But you I don't know what the cutoff is. Eventually, when you and I are dead and gone, Chris, it'll be like, well, they'll monitor your behavior, and if you see me by 5th grade, if you've done like 3 things that are annoying, they'll go like, take him out.
You're probably right. And as being a staunch conservative, I got to tell you, I like your MAGA hat there in the corner, and it doesn't trigger me one little bit.
Thanks a lot, Chris. Good call, buddy. Take care of yourself. Why would my MAGA hat trigger a conservative? Well, you know why? Because Trump's not really, although Mark Levin, you can't get more conservative than that, and he loves Trump. So Trump is, he's really, like somebody said, the real first independent. I know that would be hard to convince people on the left of that, but come on. He played both sides of the fence before he got elected and whatnot. But, the party, the Democrats are really just in a dark spot, and it's only going to get fucking darker. And like you said about Canada, that Trudeau says you can't be part of his party unless you're pro-choice. That's basically the same here. It's not codified yet, but, it's an unwritten rule, basically. They have no respect for women who like Trump, even if they are pro-choice. But it's not about that now, is it? Howard Shultz, you know who he is, right? Hogan's Heroes, Sergeant Shultz. I see nothing. I know nothing. You idiot. Howard Shultz, CEO of Starbucks, which I hate. I don't like their coffee. I see people standing, and I'm not shitting you, when I'm at airports, I counted, wherever it was, Cleveland, coming over from Cleveland, I counted 31 people in line for Starbucks. Let me tell you, Melania could be handing out blowjobs. And there were 3 people in line. I'm not waiting. For a cup of fucking coffee, you are sheeple. You really are lemmings. It's fucking coffee. I'll go to Dunkin' Donuts every time. Starbucks coffee. It's good if you want to shit blood for the rest of the day. It's like motor oil. I got attitude. I went into one in friggin' Seattle, and I asked for a fucking iced coffee. Oh my God, I got a 4-minute lecture on they don't have regular ice. And I said, fuck this. And I left. But the point is, Mr. Shultz, billionaire Howard Shultz, whose Starbucks basically turned into homeless shelters all over the country, so he's going to get the lefties on his side on that one. But the Dems are furious that he's going to run as an independent because it's going to steal votes away from the Democrat nominee and give the whole thing to Trump. He's an existential threat to the Dems winning. But he was on TV, this Mamaluke, and I sat and listened to what he had to say. He grew up in public housing in Brooklyn, so he came from nothing. So, but he's sitting there saying Trump is not fit to be Really? Okay, well, he's a billionaire businessman, and I know his dad gave him some money at the beginning, but he turned it into zillions. You can't question that. But Howard Schultz, he thinks the Dems are crazy with all this Medicare for all and shit. He does. He is a businessman. He says the numbers don't add up. But to say that Trump is not fit after Trump turned the economy around in a dime, and yes, it was him, and he crushed ISIS, and he appointed I don't know how many conservative judges. So don't say he's not fucking fit. The guy's not eloquent. He's brash. He's got a shitty personality, whatever. You can say that, but don't tell me he's not fit, Mr. Shultz. It's that fucking New York arrogance that, I don't know, all the values in... Anyway, here's a clip of Howard Shultz being interviewed.
This morning, you're making an endorsement for president. Who is it and why?
Well, I think it's obvious that Hillary Clinton needs to be the next president of the United States of America.
That's all you need to know about him. That's all I need to hear. Nice talking to you. Thanks for coming to the party. I'll see you the next time I have to take an emergency dump and I run into one of your stores and buy an $11 corn muffin cheese dick. Oh, this is before, obviously, Trump became president. I think Hillary should. Because I like a woman with Clydesdale feet and who's power hungry and who lies through her fucking teeth. Yuck, yuck, yuck. You grew up in New York, you can't help yourselves. That's just fucking horrendous. Now here's another clip of him talking about how divisive the country's become since, the Don took over.
What we're witnessing with Donald Trump and the vitriol and the hatred and the divisiveness is a manifestation of what has gone on the last 20 and 30 years. And that is the lack of truth and authenticity of people who are elected officials in Washington.
So why are you bringing Trump into it if it's been going on forever? Why is he the flashpoint? I remember when things were so peaceful under the last president. What was the Marxist guy with he wore his mother-in-law's jeans and he wore a helmet and drove a faggy. Oh, Obama, yeah. Watch how peaceful it was in this country under Obama.
Hold up.
Yeah.
One police cruiser that is fully engulfed right now. And then if you just turn to your right, our photographer, Snike DeMoss, is going to get you the other cruiser. That one is almost finished burning.
Look how together we are.
It was mayhem. We saw these buildings
catch
on fire.
Together
this was a beauty
under Obama. But Trump is what? See, Mr. Shultz, I'm sorry. And I know you're a bright guy. You made a tremendous journey. To go from a tenement in Brooklyn to the cover of Time magazine, it takes a lot of talent. You know where I got that line? The John Gotti movie. They said the same thing about Gotti. So you're not any more qualified than Mr. fucking Trump. As a matter of fact, you're less qualified. At least Trump had the balls to go to D.C. and expose the swamp and all these fucking rats who want to control our lives. What do you think of the new shirt and tie, huh? I can't tie a good knot, I don't know what the fuck. Unless it's a noose, and I can bang it out in 10 seconds. This cushion's starting to flatten out. Anyways, I got to go to more Zumba classes. My ass is getting large. Here's Ryan sitting there, just no emotion, just... You're dead inside, Ryan. You realize that, don't you?
Yeah, I haven't been 11 years.
Well, I'm glad I made you aware of that. On to more related stories. Starbucks baristas have received instructions on how to handle aggressive customers who might be upset about Howard Schultz's presidential ambition. What does that tell you about the people that go to Starbucks right there? That they have to be talked down from the ledge because they politicize everything. I said that yesterday on the show. When you walk by, I get the willies. Everybody's blogging on their stupid computers, drinking $19 coffees. And can you imagine? They have to give the employees at Starbucks a little manual on how to handle people that might be irate that Shultz might cost the Democrats the 2020 presidential election. What does that say? You go into a Dunkin' Donuts, and Dunkin' Donuts boss gives the employees, he says anybody gets mouthy, spray him with this. His pepper spray. They have a gun behind the counter. Throw stale crullers. Like fucking working class people. But what does that tell you? They politicize everything. Even their morning coffee. The employees were provided a barista need to know. Update last week that encouraged them to diffuse politically charged exchanges about the former CEO's run for president. If a customer attempts to investigate or share aggressive political opinions, attempt to diffuse the situation. You know what else you could do? Instead of just reading from a manual and shit, you just look at the customer and say this.
Thank you.
That's all you got to do. Throw a hot fucking latte in their face. Nick, that would be a lawsuit. I know. It continues suggesting a solution. We respect everyone's opinion. Even a couple of black guys were hanging out innocently, and we call the cops on. Our goal is simply to create a warm and welcoming space where homeless can take dumps while you're eating your donuts. As a community over great coffee, we love to charge people $19 for something that costs us $1.50. The missive also tells employees to direct customers to a bookstore if they want a copy of Shultz's new book. He's using his million Starbucks to sell. That's pretty good. It's a good idea. And you know what's funny? You know every Starbucks on this planet, it has to be within 1.5 miles of Barnes & Noble. You just know. That's why his book sales are through the roof. His book's called From the Ground Up, A Journey to Reimagine the Promise of America. No, I like it the way it is. I imagine you going away and dying in your sleep. Finally, when asked about the coffee mogul's possible quest to mount an independent run for president, the baristas can simply reply, lick my aching stem. No, Howard's future plans are up to him. Wow. Can you imagine? It's just, it's their religion, politics. And it's gotten even worse since the blonde-haired, blue-eyed devil took office. But you have to talk these people down. I don't know. I don't care. I can't believe the Super Bowl is already. Do you understand how lucky I am to be from the Boston area? We already won the World Series this year. And we're in the fucking Super Bowl. Jets fans, how you doing? Dolphins fans, how are you? Buffalo, are you still in the league? Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, over 107 years of experience between the two. It's the most in the history of a head coach quarterback duo in a Super Bowl. And all we have to do is contain that fucking animal who I absolutely would kill to have on my team, Aaron Donald, and not to mention Ndamukong Suh. But you really don't think the Patriots and Belichick know how to stop that? You triple team the motherfucker. Yeah, but they'll leave somebody. No, it doesn't. Our backs know how to block. Anyways, please win this one. I want Tom Brady to have more rings than Liberace. They really have nothing else to prove, but you can't lose 2 in a row. I'm going to get a little feisty. But like I said last year, 5 minutes after the Super Bowl was over and we lost, I go, see you next year. And here we are. I'm sorry I had to brag. What's going on in the Jewish neighborhoods? Oh, for the love of Pete. 2 attacks on Jews. Now, why is that not offensive to say it like that? Why doesn't it say 2 attack on Jewish Royals Brooklyn neighborhood? 2 attack on Jews. I think Louis has a whole bit about that. I never understood that. Because in Boston, anytime anybody said, yeah, those Jews. But I came down to New York, and everybody said, yeah, he's a Jew, and nobody, you know. It's touchy, the Jewish thing, you know.
It seems foolish to have all this money lying around.
Oh, you'd rather have it down at the bank where the Jewish guys can leer at it?
It seems foolish to have...
It would have been funny if he said, we're the Jews. It would have been much funny if he said Jews. And apparently it wouldn't have been offensive. You're making the same point there. That's Seth MacFarlane, Family Guy, by the way. And you could take that as anti-Semitic. But when you're making the Amish that kind of money, they'll let it slide. I say the Amish. Some of them have the same beards. JTA, a Jewish woman walking in Crown Heights neighborhood of Brooklyn was punched by a black male. Surprise, surprise, who then ran off. It was a second such attack on the same street in less than 48 hours. The attack was witnessed by other women who encouraged the victim to take up judo and buy a gun. No, to file a report with the police. Moisha, come at me. Roundhouse kick. Oh, my beard. The Anti-Defamation League on Friday offered a reward of up to $5,000. That's kind of cheap. I don't mean to be. for information leading to the arrest and conviction of attack. By the way, I'm pro-Israel, and I've defended Jewish people 1,000 times on my show. This is the second alleged unprovoked assault of a member of the Jewish community in Crown Heights in the past week. Crown Heights, if you remember, is where a guy accidentally hit a black kid with his car about 20 years ago. Accidentally, I think he killed the kid or whatever. And remember, a bunch of black people fucking ended up killing him. Do I have the story right? Yeah. He was killed the next day or whatever. But there were riots and stuff. Anyways, we remain deeply concerned about these alleged acts of violence. What do you mean alleged? And escalating climate of tension and fear that has followed, said Evan R. Bernstein, Nick DiPaolo's manager. What? Regional director of ADL, my agent. Of the... the Defense League. I forget what the fuck. On Wednesday, a black male approached an unidentifiably Jewish man in his 20s and punched him in the chest. And another unprovoked attack. The assailant kept on walking after the attack, which was caught on video by surveillance cameras from a nearby 99-cent store. No, I'm just kidding. From a nearby store. The NYPD Hate Crimes Unit is investigating the attack, and blacks. Blap. That's not the end of this, though. That is not the end, because we had another attack. Let's show mine first, right? And then we'll show yours. Here's his video of two black guys attacking an older Jewish guy for no reason whatsoever.
Video released by a local neighborhood patrol organization that works to protect residents in this area. This from the first attack. Now, two men appear to be lurking and waiting for the victim, a 51-year-old. Once they have him surrounded, they viciously shove him to the ground, kick and punch him while he's on his back. Then a third person comes running up only to join in. Police say the same three men allegedly attacked another Jewish man, a 22-year-old, on the same block 15 minutes later with the same MO.
Actually, there's a statement from the Jewish Defense League or whatever. I might be misquoting the group.
On Instagram. This happened last night in Crown Heights, not in Charlottesville.
Pause. Not in Charlottesville. Not wearing a MAGA hat. You see the point? This is coming from Rabbi Modi Seligson. He did my my circumcision out in the cold with a dull butter knife. I'll never forget it. I was like 31 years old. Go ahead.
At the hands of white supremacists. I'm told they stole nothing but brutally beat the guy in what is clearly a premeditated attack. Time for a serious and possibly uncomfortable conversation about the face of anti-Semitism in America. If you think anti-Semitism came to America in 2016, just have a talk with someone who is visibly Jewish.
Visibly Jewish? Who would that be? Somebody get Barbara Streisand on the line. Well, my friend Barry Katz, he's visibly Jewish. Did you hear that, though? That was from a Jewish group, a rabbi. Did you hear what he said? It didn't start in 2016, Howard Shultz. It's been like this forever because there's a certain segment of the population that is so ignorant, so beyond reach. They see Hasidic Jews dressed differently. I look at them. Look, I'm educated. I look at them, and I've said this before. I had them as neighbors in Beverly Hills. Orthodox Jews with the payas hanging down on the black hats and stuff. And I the only time you don't want to see, I was on a plane and we hit turbulence and I saw one guy over there. He had the leather straps and he was, you guys that aren't from New York have never seen this. He's got the Torah out and he's rocking back and forth. I was shitting my pants thinking, does this guy know something that I don't fucking know? But the point is, I actually admire them because they believe in something. You know what they believe in? Family. I see them going to church every day, minding their fucking business. Of course there's a few creeps in every crowd, but we think we found footage of why these black guys are so upset at the Jews. I think this might have set them off.
Hey, yo, what it is, everybody report to the motherfucking dance floor with they motherfucking drinks, they wet-ass pussies, they big fat asses, and them big brown titties with them pepperoni nipples. Because I'm coming for you.
What the fuck was that? I got bitches all on my dick and every day, sucking on my balls, licking on my balls. Bitches, they know. Stick it in that booty hole, my balls. Suck on my balls.
Come on, all up in that asshole. Let me hit that booty raw. Licking the dick, sucking the ball, swallow it down, beating down your pussy, wow to the ground. Spin around and round, and these stacks get down. Shit. Swallow the nut, dick in the butt, beating it up, and that's how I fuck.
I got bitches all on my dick and every day, sucking on my balls, licking on my balls. Bitches, they know. Stick it in that booty hole, my balls. Suck on my balls.
That might have pissed off the young black chaps, but that's a fine piece of video, I'll tell you. That was the #1 hit. Going back to the Morning Zionist Show. I'm Moishi with my sidekick, Modi, in the house. Anyways, it's been going on forever. The Crown Heights, right, and Al Sharpton was right in the middle of it. Guy accidentally hit a kid with his car, accidentally. Rosenbaum, his name was. He ended up getting stabbed to death or some shit. Things are never going to change because, like I said, there's certain segments that aren't, they're not moving forward with the rest of us. Okay? Imagine 3 young thugs surrounding a fucking guy minding his own business. Carry a piece, man. Carry a goddamn piece. They have their own police force, you know, like in Crown Heights and shit. It's pretty cool. Personally, a big fan. You wouldn't know it from my lack of success in show business that they like me too, but believe it or not, you guys know who Pierre Maguire? If you guys are hockey fans, he always gave me the willies too, a little bit. I'm like, I think this guy likes guy. Again, nothing wrong with that. But Pierre Maguire does commentary hockey on NBC. He coached a lot of minor league teams. He was assistant coach for the Penguins, a few other teams, Scotty Bowman. He knows his hockey, but he's a little weird. When I watch games, he over-exaggerate. He just, some guy will have 2 shots in net. He's outstanding. He is playing. Everything is just a little too much hyperbole. Anyways, what did he do wrong? Well, once again, I couldn't do a show without the feminists getting their fucking leathery nipples in a ball of fire, could I? No, I couldn't. Pierre Maguire mansplains hockey to gold medalist Kendall Coyne Schofield. I wonder if that's the girl from my hometown. There was one on there. The captain. No, it wasn't. The captain of the Olympic women's team was from my hometown. During NBC's Wednesday night hockey broadcast between the Lightning and the Penguins, Schofield, who worked as an analyst for the game, stood squished next to Pierre Maguire when her male counterpart made things quickly cringeworthy, and again, that's your opinion, Kyle Schnitzer, and uncomfortable by mansplaining hockey to a 5-time world champion and Olympic gold medalist. Here's the clip.
It's been exciting, it's overwhelming, and I'm so excited to join you here.
So Tampa's going to be on your left, Pittsburgh's going to be on your right. What are you expecting out of this game? We're paying you to be an analyst, not to be a fan tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Tampa start. They've been off for 10 days, haven't had a game. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, had a tough loss on Monday, got a little bit blown out of the water by New Jersey Devils, so I'm excited to see the start tonight.
Let's have a blast. Johnny, back to you.
Oh, that was horrible. It was like he grabbed her tits and tried to force his dick down her throat. Didn't you guys see it that way? She's standing in the box with him, which is not where normally she'd probably be up in the booth. So he was trying to be helpful and not being sexist. But again, the millennials who write this garbage actually see it. And a hockey player weighed in saying it was sex. That's what scares me, when young guys have bought into this shit. It's not going to get you laid any easier. It's just, you think Maguire, does he look like a guy that had the pussy wagon pulling up to his house every day? He's just a fucking awkward guy. Social media quickly chimed in. I wish social media would blow up, honestly. Chimed in on the uncut. No, I don't. It's helping grow the show. Not to mention my ass. Social media quickly chimed in on the uncomfortable exchange. Holy shit! Was worse than I imagined, ESPN hockey writer Greg Wisniewski tweeted. Great job treating this gold medalist you've advertised as a guest analyst like she's a fan who won a contest. Embarrassing. Really? Was that a hanging offense? What you just later in the first period, Maguire's awkwardness came up again when Schofield, and that's what it is. It's awkwardness. It's not intentional. When Schofield was talking about the physicality in the U.S.-Canada games, she said, in quotes, "Except I have a cage on for that one," Schofield said, referring to her hockey mask. Maguire responded, "I'll be your cage tonight." How's that? That one even got me a little fucking weird. I'll be your cage tonight? What's he got, like 12 teenage girls in his basement fucking tied to a radiator? I'll be your cage tonight? What is that code for I'll sit on your face and protect you from pucks? What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, that one's never worked for me either.
That was a little weird. But again, you really think... prior to the game, Schofield said, listen to this. Now, here's where it makes my point. Prior to the game, Schofield said she was excited to learn from Maguire. I'll repeat that, girls. She was excited to learn from Maguire, as well as John Forslund and Eddie Olczyk in the booth. Did you hear that? She wanted to learn from them. You know why? Not because they're being sexist or they're men and they've been doing this a long time. That's all. She's admitting she might not know as much. And then guys weigh in. Fucking, that was her. You should go home and touch your clats. A huge transition, but I'm looking at it in the same regard as I just want to be myself. This is what she's saying. Showcase my personality and prove to the world that women can talk sports, women can talk hockey, and we know the game as well as the men. And when she said that, Pia Maguire responded like this.
Hey, get off me. You fucking whore. Fuck you. Yeah, that's it. Go home. Get my dinner ready.
Apparently he got heated in the book. Make me a sandwich. Make me a sandwich. He wasn't being, he's awkward. That's all. Jesus Christ. The guy's overly polite. You spend enough time around Canadians, it rubs off on you. You become polite. I told this joke before. Canadians are the most polite people on the planet. How do you get 100 Canadians out of a pool? You ask them to get out. Look at Ryan. Doesn't even register. He's just dead from the neck up. It's got to be a dick joke, Ryan, or a nursery rhyme. Do the nursery rhyme you were doing for me when I came down here. Go ahead. Get on the mic, you fucking twink.
Hey, okay, I can't remember it now. You're putting me on the spot.
Oh, yeah. You're Adderall. You better take another hit. I have to sit like this to keep that second chin from appearing. Those bottom teeth are getting pretty yellow from them cigarettes. Don't tell me that's the last story. No, it isn't. Thank Christ. Let's go to my buddy Mark. We'll take one call before I do the last story. You know Mark from Albany. He grew up under Polish rule, the communists, and he's a big Hillary Clinton fan. Mark, your thoughts?
Hi, Nick.
Hi.
My thoughts, I mean, I can hardly recognize the United States when I first arrived here as an immigrant, legal one, and what the Democrats are proposing, and it's just disgusting, you know, rip the kid out of the fucking vagina and just might as well eat it. Like you mentioned last night about
might as well eat it?
Tanzania.
Whoa. Did you say might as well eat it? The vagina or the kid?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's like the kid. Well, vagina. I'm sorry, you got me there.
Go ahead.
But like you mentioned yesterday's show, like about the in Tanzania, they take those albinos and they rip them apart because it's a curse and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, what's justified? How can we as a society, and the Democrats are calling that they're for families and for the people, and now they're willing to just rip something out of the fucking woman's, take a human and just kill it. And call it justified because we all agree upon. It's like Nazis. They did the same fucking thing.
Well, they're anti this, but Mark, they're supposed to be the party of science when it comes to climate change and everything. Yet they'll look at a sonogram. The kid is in there. he's so old he's actually wearing sneakers, smoking a cigarette, and they'll go, no, that's not a, and they're the party of science, yet they deny science because they have no moral compass. It's about winning power, and they'll change with the wind. And, they're the party of science. They're climate change. If you don't believe it, you're a troglodyte. Yet they're the party that says if a guy points to his penis and goes, I'm a girl tonight, that's considered legit. So, yeah, I hate him. And you say that Trump is going to be reelected. I got to be honest with you. So many dumb people in this country, Mark. I don't know. They have made such a mess of his administration. I'm worried about the people who even like Trump who are going, you know what, I can't take all this craziness. I think they're trying to wear us down. Your thoughts?
Well, Nick, Trump's going to get reelected. There's nothing else out there which can even be close enough to him. Plus, people love the money. I mean, I work around I live in Albany, which is it's a shithole, let's be honest. And since Trump was... It is. It's fucking... It's
I like Albany. I have a summer home in Troy. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, it's okay, but let's not downtown. But
yeah.
Well, anyway, so when Trump got elected 2 years ago,
yeah.
When I work in downtown Albany, I see that people actually got those kind of part-time jobs, be half on welfare, half part-time job.
Yeah. And
now they have full-time jobs with good health care insurance provided by the company,
right?
And they're making $25, $30 an hour, and instead of sitting on welfare and making $7.50 an hour in a part-time job and get all the benefits, so they off welfare, they're making good buck, and they're looking forward to even purchasing houses in the future, which is that's the economy supposed to be.
All right,
and it's a beautiful news.
All right,
and those people will vote for Trump.
All right, well, I'm
sorry, I don't want to take your time.
No, that's fine. I got to run and get near the end of the show, but we're gonna hold this. We're gonna keep this, and we're gonna play this to you in 2020. Thanks for the call, Mark. Always.
Yes. Oh, by the way, one more thing, Nick. I'm coming. Co-host New York. I'll be there. I'm going to bring as many friends as I can.
February 23rd.
And yes, you didn't change the date. Thank you.
All right, buddy.
I will do my best.
All right.
I'll see you there.
Bring as many as you can. Thank you, Mark. Here's the problem with his theory, though. Yes, there are people who have more money in their pockets and blah, blah, blah. But for every one person that is benefit the economy, there's, I don't know, about fucking 10 million illegals waiting to get in to jump on the dole and not have to work and suck up the government's teat. Okay, those numbers are a little exaggerated, but I'm just saying, that's what the Dems do. They hand out free shit to the retards, and the retards take it. And when we say, you can't hand shit out, you're supposed to work for it. That's how America was built. You're a fucking bigot and a racist. Well, lick my salty white European balls. Not you, Ryan. You got a big grin over there. Finally, tonight on Meet the Press. Please tell me you have the picture of this guy. Minnesota man was arrested last week after holding a death party.
You're crazy! I'm not crazy. I just don't give a fuck.
That's P.A. McGuire. After that hockey player's brother took him to town. Minnesota man arrested last week after holding a death party, supposedly at his wife's request. That included one final sexual encounter. Lucky her. Taking methamphetamine and rocking out to her favorite song, Mental Health by Quiet Riot. Can I just say, if your favorite band is Quiet Riot, you should be taking your own life. Not at 60-something, at fucking 17. Quiet Riot. Ugh. Dwayne Arden Johnson, 58. Look, he's 58. He's 158. Look at, he's got a red mark on his forehead from headbutting his wife during sex. Was arrested late last week after his wife, Deborah Lynn Johnson, 69, was found dead at their residence. Johnson had called 911. He said he took so long because he couldn't remember the last number. No. Police arrived at the house to find the words death. It says death part A, God hell. What the hell does that mean? Is that a song? Written red spray paint on the door. He wrote it on his door in spray paint. Johnson told the police that he did not seek medical attention for his wife as she did not want to die in a nursing home. The husband said he thought his wife had died about 8:30 in the morning, so he tried to bang her again, and he couldn't tell the difference. So, no. But he waited until he was sure she had passed before calling 911, which is probably, fucking 10 hours later?
Bye-bye.
Listen to this poor lady. According to Johnson, his wife had been in a nursing home, begged him to take her home to die. It really is sad. She had previously had 2 heart attacks, was suffering from diabetes, and married him, all in one, and had high blood pressure. She was also on antipsychotic medication while dealing with a mental illness. Honoring his wife's alleged request, Johnson says he took her home where they had a death party. They tried to get Menudo. They were busy. Then Tony Orlando and Don wanted too much money. So the man stated that they had been rocking out to Quiet Riot's mental health and that they took methamphetamine after she stopped taking her medications. I did that when I got off Advil PM. According to Johnson, his wife couldn't eat or drink, so he used snow to wet her mouth. Oh, that's a loving story. Reminds me of Rocky II, when Adrian was in a coma, and Rocky took some piss-colored snow from in front of the hospital and rubbed it all over her face. When she went into convulsions, she wouldn't allow him to call for help. He also revealed that they had sex fewer than 2 hours before she died. I'm guessing that's what killed her. She got one more look at him. Look at that. When police arrived, they found Johnson naked and discovered several guns and hundreds of rounds of ammunition in the home. Could you make this up? Is this guy a meth head? With Johnson revealing that many of the guns had been stolen. The man was arrested without incident, charged with felony counts of theft and receiving stolen property. He's not being charged with killing his wife. Johnson appeared in court last Friday, and bail was set at $250,000 or $150,000 with conditions. That condition was there could be no cocaine on the bills. He remained in jail as of Friday evening. He's hoping to be out by Saturday because he teaches at Arthur Murray Dance Studios in Albany. Mark has been the minute. Look at that guy. He looks really upset, doesn't he? What? He is so excited that he doesn't have the burden of his wife now. He was probably a James Taylor fan. So fucking happy she's gone. That's a beautiful mock turtleneck he's got on. Take him down. He's scaring me. That's not much better. I like the white shirt. I got to call Rogan or I got to text him. I want hormone replacement. The guy swears by it. Ryan's nodding his fucking head. Anyways, that's it for now, patrons. I have no mower. Don't forget that date has been changed from March 9th to Saturday, February 23rd, Cohoes Hall. I'm going to shoot a special. Jay, who's the genius behind all this, at, what's the name of his company? I Told You So Productions. We changed it. I thought him and my manager were in contact with each other. So he watched. I was assuming that he watched the show, which I shouldn't. The guy works 18 hours a day. And so he's the one. His crew is going to shoot it, but he's working that night. So he's trying to pull some strings. God, I hope he does, because there's nobody, and this is no disrespect to anybody else, but there's nobody I trust more with this stuff and to shoot a beautiful special than Jay. Is just, he's got it. He's a natural, and he works his balls off. So Jay, do what you can do. Fake you got lupus, whatever. We need you there that night at February 23rd. I'm so excited. That's like 23 days from now. Just to put this to bed, this material, and I think I'm going to get more political in the next album. I'm not even that political right now. The next one might be called "To Politics." I'm going to really let them have it. Both guns are blaring. Or I just might do a bunch of dog and cat jokes. I don't know. Anyways, that is it. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for all the birthday wishes and whatnot. Remember, tomorrow, free show. One more time. Free show tomorrow, because we didn't do on Monday. Streaming live, Facebook, YouTube. And I want to thank the guy, the Super Chat guy, who sent $500. I'll mention you tomorrow on the show, since I don't know if you're a Patreon member or not, so you will hear your name, and we'll find it, okay? I'll put Bob Mueller on it. You guys think it, I'll say you're very welcome. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody.